Hi guys, today we're going to review a little bit more with evaluating functions. So this is a picture of the assignment that you have for today. And it says evaluating functions using the domain of -2, -1, 0, 3, and 7. So this piece right, let me get a light color shot. This piece right here, those are going to be your x values. Okay, so you're going to have to make a table for that to work. And then they want us to find the range. It says you must make a table to show your work. So first of all, every table is going to start out looking like this. It's going to have -2, -1, 0, 3, and 7. So every single one of these problems that you're doing is going to start out there. And then what's going to happen is you're going to take whatever function they give you and it's going to go here. So on the first one, I have f of x equals x plus 7. So that means this is going to go here. And what we had talked about before was that, hang on, I'm just trying to get a highlighter that's going to show up. So this value right here and this value right here are going to get replaced with each of the x's. So the first x I have is -2. So it's going to be f parentheses -2 equals -2 plus 7. And then this part is going to go in my calculator. Hang on, I'm just going to make my line just a little bit longer. So if I put that in my calculator, I'm going to end up with +5. Now my job is to keep going and do the exact same thing with all of these. Okay, so if I go to the next one, I'm going to plug in -1 now. And I'm going to put this part in there. So -1 plus 7 is 6. Okay, so the next one to get plugged in is 0. So 0 plus 7 is 7. So the next one is 3. So 3 plus 7 is going to be 10. Next one I'm going to plug in is 7. So 7 plus 7 is 14. Now, the numbers that I get right here are my range, but I need to write them kind of like these are. So I'm going to do range equals and use my set notation. And then I've got to put these in order from smallest to biggest. So 5, 6, 7, 10, and 14. Okay, now this is exactly what you're going to do in every single other problem that's on here. Exact same thing. Okay, so this would be what I'd show on my paper for number 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of pieces of the table here. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this second one with you, just to make sure you have a couple to look at, to make sure you understand what you're doing. Okay, so I start out my equation for number 2 is 2x plus 7. All the rest of the table is exactly the same as the last one. So all of this part in white is going to show up on every single one of these tables that you use. So now, remember, we're going to plug in numbers here and here. That's where we're going to plug them in. So the first one, I'm going to plug in -2. Now when you plug it in, you can either do times -2 like that, or you could do parentheses -2. Either one is okay. And when you put them in your calculator, they factor them exactly the same way. So these two, if I were to put that into my calculator, would be 3. Next one is -1. So this part right here would end up being 5 if I put it in my calculator. Then I'm going to plug in 0. If I plug that in my calculator, I get 7. Okay, the next one's 3. It's going to give me 13. And then 7. That's 21. So listen, all of these numbers are the range. So remember, you got to write that in a set. So range equals, use your set notation, 3, 5, 7, 13, and 21. Now we were lucky because these were already in order from smallest to biggest. If they weren't, then I'd have to rearrange them so they are. Okay, so we've done the first two. You have 24 of them. Once you get done though, there is this piece at the bottom that says, after completing problems 1 through 24, create 5 of your own equations and then make the tables. So you're going to make 5 of your own equations like these and make your own table. Now, I will tell you, if you do not put this work in there and you just put the numbers at the end, you're not going to get credit for this assignment. I got to see what you're doing to plug them in. Okay? You do have some evaluating ones that are in the blue foldable that you have from last week as well. Okay? Good luck.